is still him and sung everybody out of the arena. Heard it.
I'm your humble, gracious, grateful, happy to be here. Host Joe Budden here with you.
Elevation. Since Rory
No, I'm
was
agreeing
fired
with
on
that,
episode
but I'm just okay.
437,
There is no
I
across
wanted
the
to
board
discuss the current
definition
state
of success.
the Joe Budden Networking podcast in light of the release of episode 874.
I love how much you love
No
Kwame.
one anticipated
because I
that
love
he would
Kwame.
reach this
Yeah, I do. And
because they were unsure of his direction. Everyone assumed the podcast would fail. And a special thanks to Roy Mall. They've managed to survive.
This camera
I won't
crew
say
in mind.
thrive. They've had
putting the
success.
lights up with
As
the
a result,
mic.
they have
I'm
signed
sorry.
numerous
I'm sorry.
contracts
That's
and the
right.
pod is
That's
still
right. We're gonna go out
operational.
to be 45.
However,
All time. You can speak to
Joe has
him
been
whenever
able
you
to
want.
earn
Like,
significantly more money
true.
this time
And for
around than he did during the
If he
first.
hit the nigga with a 50
Additionally,
piece,
he is only signed with
it's the
Prize
move
Picks.
accordingly.
Many will now claim that he is
And this is what
extremely
they're saying up
successful
there.
as a result of
Good
this.
morning.
There is a beat
Good
that is
morning,
currently
first of all. You know,
developing
Envy got
that
light-skinned
just a
memory.
few people have discussed and only a few people have seen. The tirade we got from Spotify, or the time it was time for Joe to leave the company. Patreon is about to have a similar outburst, and while he is attempting to keep quiet about it, they are
Somewhere
using
in
many
that
of the same
area.
strategies as Spotify. Recall the time that Spotify attempted to give Joe watches after he achieved all of the company's bonuses, but when they selected the watches, they refused to give them to him. They desired to provide them second-hand timepieces. I think Patreon is experiencing the same situation. Joe has managed to persuade his audience to support his endeavors rather than his means of subsistence. When Patreon notices this, they will advertise that Joe is the highest paid platformer or creator on the platform and encourage people to join Patreon. They're making a big push. As a result, more people are registering, they're forming more alliances, they're doing everything on that platform, in my opinion. Additionally, Joel has
But
revealed that he doesn't
no,
receive
they
the
are here with you all the time.
compensation
You
he
speak to
believes
them
he
about
deserves.
what to do now
He's not
because
paid
your
enough.
avatar is
I
running
understood
around
that to mean that
graping.
Patreon isn't
all the
providing him
videos
with
was
anything.
just walking
because
you
you could
through
sort of see Spotify
everything
stats.
he's been
and
doing.
they guarantee
This
you,
nigga
which is
said,
what
"Don't
was
get that."
really
Chris
important
said
with
it's currently in a
Spotify.
Boondocks
You
to
were
me.
able to see
No,
what they
the
are doing.
recap
You can
Sundays
see
was the
who they
best
are
shit ever.
conspiring
Yeah, oh
with.
my.
You were able to see the contracts they lay out, so you can sort of delve into what they're doing. But what happens if you work for a startup that is essentially becoming something akin to Spotify, and they don't share any of their financial data? None of their creator contracts or relationships are made public, but we are manipulating you and using you as the face to entice other artists. The fact that they are the ones funding all of these advertisements amuses me. Our goal is to get pushes into the Grammy Awards. What is the effect of that? Not the Grammys, but the Emmys and Golden Globes. How does that affect the platform, Patreon?
And what happens if they manage to get all of these items on Joe's back and in his possession, and when they do, they don't need to do anything for him? What would happen if Joe, as he stated, sought stock in the next business he joined? If they never go public, what will happen? Yes, Joe, you own a portion of the business, and we will give you whatever
Hell,
we
what
think
would I
that
talk
portion
to those
should
two
be if
about?
you ever decide to quit.
Whatever you would talk to Joe about.
Naturally, all of this is theory and speculation, but we have a much larger tale developing.
Really no
in terms
concept
of
of anything. Anyway, I said that was
realize,
nasty.
because what happens if you receive shares and they never disclose their
Now you were
actual
saying,
value?
Mark, or should I cue up?
Even worse, and I don't even want to bring this up, is what happens if Patreon gives him a portion and they go through with an IPO and somehow manage to include his 5% ownership in the contracts and papers, making it into a 0.005% stake. You are aware of the way these individuals play. You are aware of their style of play. Everybody has watched The Social Network. In the interim, we will support you while we use you to strengthen our platform. However, by supporting you, we support ourselves. Joe puts all the new hires in the same predicament, as I usually say. He's being positioned within himself. People should constantly be creating their own stuff, in my opinion. Flip should produce his own content, in my opinion. I want Ice to be Mark, Mona Mill, Help Parks, even so. Everyone should keep producing their own material since, in the long run, it will help Joe get where he needs to go. Whoever is receiving the boost is irrelevant. Joe is experiencing the same issue. Everyone is working for him to establish Patreon. Patreon's was produced by his entire crew. Mark, folks, I'm expecting a big tirade. Keep an eye out for that. However, I did get totally distracted in the interim. Joe's reaching 874 was the beginning of it all. After losing Rory and Maul, that equates to 437 more episodes. The public's perception of me has improved. I managed to catch my Ferrari.
El DeBarge is still him and
Since I
sung
discovered the
everybody
independent
out of the
approach,
arena.
I've been able to hire more.
And
that's still my name,
What
bro.
happens if the individuals in whom I have
No,
complete
to
faith
y'all
grow
that don't know,
tremendously and end up on
there's
the
a
same
guy on
state
Instagram.
as all these other corporations?
Hilarious.
Greed is so simple.
On a
animal
different
will be
level
shown
of
to us.
introspection than we are used
be a
to
different
That move on record.
on Patreon.
Guys, I don't
but
think Joe's
I
increased
hadn't
Patreon
seen
revenue
the
is
video.
due to his greed. This play is available on Patreon. This play is available on Patreon.
And then I
suppose
tried to
all we have
progress
to do
the
is stay
talk
put
by
and pay
You don't
attention.
get the commercial
But
success.
please
and
let me
the
know your thoughts in the comment
billboard
section.
and all
What
of that.
differences
But
do you think
You better
are
keep your
between
hands
the
in your
original
fucking pocket,
Lamar
nigga.
and
You better
Joe's
move
Part
your little
Two,
nigga.
and this
Creeping.
version of the
Like,
Joe Budden con.
yeah.
Well, they'll just end it.
Or podcast.
Sorry, that's me. That's me. I'm sorry. baby.
I won't
Go
comment
on.
on what you support.
45, shut your ass
Joe's
up.
continued success just makes me pleased. Unfortunately, Joe is currently
They don't want us to
dealing with
fly.
a whole different company
We should
and
pod
the
on
same
Trump.
problem that he was having
Shouldn't
between
stop there.
420 and 437, the
Because
one
as
he
I said,
visited
the
and
end-
believed he had become independent with. I frequently hear people say this to me. Yes, you have your own YouTube channel, but what happens if you don't own yours? Because YouTube owns it. Until we establish our own platforms and develop them in the same manner as all these other platforms, the game will be the same. They will play the same game, cover our eyes, and we won't find out until it's too late. And I fear that Joe is currently experiencing it. So I'm going to start focusing
That
much
was
more on
na-
the business transactions between him and
narrative running
Patreon
around. But
than
anyway-
anything else Joe says. Anything else. Since everything ultimately comes down to the company. But please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, please like it. If you haven't already subscribed to the page, if so, you already know how awesome we are. You already know what it is. I'll see you all tomorrow.